breaking the code, empower stories, let the truth unfold. Master your life, let your purpose shine. Together we'll rise, it's your time to climb. Welcome to the journey, where it's time to ignite. With Coach Amber J, we'll reach a new height. So get ready, get ready. Let's elevate, unlocking those keys, it's never too late. You're feeling good and looking right. With Coach Amber J, guaranteed to shine bright. Get ready.
You are the master key. Let's get started. Well, welcome to Key Talk. It is yours truly, Amber J, your go-to CEO, life coach, and wardrobe expert. All where we help you create a successful work-life balance so that you can have more fulfillment without burnout. All while doing it, feeling confident and looking good. So today, we are here at Nevada Partners at the Incubator. Every first and second Thursday, Key Talk happens here where we unlock keys to walk you into your purpose or lock doors that no longer serve you. Today, we have a special guest, and I'm kind of excited to introduce him as he is the song behind all of this. We have our amazing, talented Jay Natural here as a guest. Welcome. Happy birthday or early birthday.
Oh, you know, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Welcome to Key Talk, as you are the voice behind all of my introductions, my everything. Welcome.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you for coming to the show. How you feeling?
Thank you for having me. Phenomenal, honestly.
Phenomenal,
yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, we're here.
That's right.
It's been a long time coming, would you say?
I would say. But perfect time, right?
Hey, ain't no better time than
That's right. So it's April. So as you can see, his birthday is next Saturday. My birthday is the end of the month, and we're going to celebrate birthdays. I know I'm truly grateful to see another year, walk into this next year. Are you excited?
I couldn't be better.
Yeah.
Ecstatic.
Very ecstatic. So some big things are popping.
Little things are stopping.
No things are stopping. Listen.
Big shout out to D.I. on that one.
But tell the people, first of all, who are you?
Jay Natural. I am the man, the myth, the master, the MC, to say the least. But Jay Natural is someone that I seen in my imagination. And, I was inspired by my brother to live out my, because I seen him do the same. So I think it's one. Growing up wrestling with him, a wrestling game, he created this character who this, and then brought that character to life.
Okay.
And followed his dream to become a professional wrestler.
Oh, that's awesome.
So Jay Natural was created. Funniest thing was 15 years ago.
Wow.
On our birthday to Big Bear, and that's where Jay Natural was founded, actually. Not like it came full circle.
Wow,
yeah.
That's awesome. Around your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, birthdays have a phenomenal. I know for me, like my birthday is my New Year, so it's like I get to reflect on what I didn't accomplish, and then that's what it is that I want to walk into. So birthdays have a major significance. The day you were born, what is it? You on a. It doesn't matter like when you're and then when you're dead, but it matters that dash, because that's really what matters. What that dash says about who you are, what you're leaving. So
on the people that you come in contact
the
with.
impact that what impact are you leaving? What legacy do you have? Are you showing up in purpose? And so today's topic is unlocking your creative potential. So let's get into this creativity of yours. But I mean, you kind of tell people Jay Natural. What is Jay Natural? What does he do? What is he about? Like
Jay Natural is natural.
Period.
Just like that.
That's amazing. Actually, y'all, I have to listen. He did Key Talk album. What is it called? Intro.
Hey, it's your theme song.
It's my theme song. And it's so funny because when I started back with Key Talk the second or however many times in August of last year, he's like, "You don't have a theme song?" And I was like, "No, I didn't even think about it." So his activity was like, "You need a theme song." I was like, "You gonna make it?"
Actually, it's funny. It came from the idea just came from Jimmy Fox. If you watch Jimmy Fox, he always wanted to be a professional professional singer, actor, or whatever, but he really wanted to pursue music. But on his show, in the later episodes, he became a jingle writer. So all the little things you hear in commercials, etc. That's a jingle writer. So
well, I got a key jingle. You know? Shout out to Jay Natural.
yeah,
Thank you for that.
of course.
And that's the creativity that I really see in you from the beginning. Like creative, you think outside the box. I think you're dope.
Because I don't want to be boxed in.
That's right. So let's get into some real conversations, you guys. But before that, let's start off with what's happening next Friday.
What's happening next Friday? Next Friday, for one, big shout out to my big bro Jude. It's his birthday.
Happy
So
birthday.
next Friday is my party for my third studio album, The One Ticket, and it's also going to be being that my birthday is April 19th. So I want y'all to come out, show out, and with me because it's going to be lit. It's going to be a movie. You don't want to miss the movie. You know what I'm saying? Because we moving and grooving.
It's your turn.
It's my turn.
The One Ticket. Yes. Happy birthday celebration. Well, happy birthday.
Thank you. Is that me? You can cancel it. It's all good.
So, let's just you kind of told us how you got into music. When did you start writing music?
Oh, I officially started rapping music.
At 14 years old?
I remember my first verse to Jay off my shoulder for real.
You remember some?
I don't remember the verse. I always try to remember. I do not remember the verse. I do remember that song. I do remember being in my room and playing an instrument. I vividly remember that.
The next question was like, do you remember what does that creative process look like for you?
It all depends. We all get inspiration from different avenues and different aspects of life. So for me, it all started writing poetry and utilizing that as well as myself. But if you even want to take it back further, music really came into fruition and began its journey in my life in fourth grade. I remember being checked out of class and asking if I wanted to do this extracurricular activity. And it was either play the recorder, play the violin, play the clarinet. I'll give a clarinet a try. And
that was like the start of the love.
I remember elementary school doing the Flintstones, like my own solo Flintstones playing clarinet. Like that's where music really began with me. Like it's not just rapping; it was more so the art of music and learning how to read music. So that's where it originated.
Do you think that music is a way of your expression to the world, or
pretty much so? Yeah.
Does it help like therapeutically in any way?
Music is therapeutic. Yes, it's funny. Big shout out to my guy, Jay Girl. His record label is therapeutic music, and I wish I would have thought about that before I met him because it is therapeutic for sure. And I honestly think it's a way to like music is more of a sound. You feel me? It makes you move, but it's an emotion because people make music out of emotion, how they're feeling, and how beat whatever makes them feel. So they write based off how they feel. So if you listen to a sad song, the reason you feel sad is you feel that emotion from the song.
Right. That energy transfer.
If you ever heard a person sing live that could really blow, you will get chills.
Yeah, for sure.
So music is an emotion, it's an expression, it's a feeling. So I think that's just the way that I tap into my emotion or how I express my emotion.
That's awesome. So what inspired you to pursue, already asked that, but was there any key mentors or influences that inspired you?
Yeah, it was a handful, honestly. Rapping really came from Big Bro Reese. Because he was rapping when I was a kid, and he's what 10 or so years older than me, and like 9. He's up there. But when I was a kid, I remember him rapping, and as a kid, I looked up to my older brothers. So one of my one of my dreams has always been to do a song. Is how it wasn't supported. Kind of kept me like, oh, but he ain't support. I mean, I'm, but seeing him, my brother, that's where that, and then also I have some good homies because I used to be a inline skater, so I hung around skaters, skateboarders, etc. I had two big homies left, and I was a rapper,
Okay.
and my brother and my cousin around, and that's when, like, I'll say around 11 was really, I'll say, getting into that. It's like comfortably riding around 14 or so. Like, so
So
Larry
music has
Caribbean.
been your journey, like it's
Yeah.
who you are.
I mean, until more. My mom's brother, God rest his soul, Daryl, self self taught pianist. And I mean, big shout out to RBO, Posse, Black C, Mr. C. Mr. C is my cousin. He was killed in Hunter's Point, but he was a rapper as well, um, from the Bay, and our Posse will know. Mr. C is my cousin. Big shout out to Atlanta, and like it's embedded in me. And then I start running down the lines of family members that actually rap. That's where quality music came birth because it was originated around family. Honestly,
So what is quality?
quality music is it's a sound that exudes its word.
Quality.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I put out is gonna be nothing less than quality.
But it's a record label.
It is my record label that I started on it myself, roughly about like 10, 15 years ago. And it was the blueprint that was laid out. Wherever you look back at it, with a reference, Master P, No Limit, Cash Money, I mean, you name it, all these labels, I mean, even Nipsey Hussle, Marathon, Albany, how they were able to line up that blueprint. Like somebody laid that foundation.
Right.
When you go to Rockefeller, you look at David, like that blueprint was laid. Somebody made it and followed. And to me, I'm like, they also was able to control. Once you get to a major label, I'm just not just doing research and learning. Yes, I wanted to keep it independent, and I was just always taught it's the way to go. So why not sign yourself? Why not start your own label, sign yourself, and produce something in that nature of being able to being able to do that that you want, not have to ask for permission.
And have your royalties.
All of it, 100%.
Right. That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about your songwriting process and the creativity behind the
Man,
winning ticket.
that was like 5 or so years ago. Honestly, like,
Wow.
that was a while back. And it came about like I was structuring releases and structuring, like, me personally. I got so much music. I got EPs and albums and singles line release. So I'm working that album
Working on
specifically.
something. I'm working on something.
That album specifically, I felt by my third album I should be polished, and I was inspired. I was inspired by the movie Lottery.
I never seen that movie. Tell us about it.
With Bow Wow. Never seen Lottery Ticket?
Y'all forgive me. Y'all not on TV.
I was inspired by Lottery Ticket, and with Brandon P. Jackson and Bow Wow, and it was like with T-Pain, and he ended up winning.
I'm gonna have to go watch this.
I do not play the lottery. I don't play the
Right.
lottery. I don't gamble. Living here in Vegas is crazy, but I'll gamble on myself.
Right. Okay. I like that.
So he didn't want to play numbers. His grandma gave him numbers to play, whatever the case may be. And he's like, "You sure you don't want it?" I forgot how many billions of dollars. T-Pain was like, "You sure you don't want it?" Everybody. So he went, and this is after he had lunch with his friend. And he had a fortune cookie, and he used the numbers on the fortune.
Oh wow. And he won the lottery.
And he used those numbers to play his numbers, and he ended up winning.
Wow, that's
Craziest thing.
awesome.
And then once he won, grandma told the whole neighborhood, everybody was on it. And yeah.
So let's go into that because a lot of times I know that people, it's hard to bet on yourself, right? Like, especially if you don't have support, you don't have. So, what made you continuously show up and bet on yourself?
My Aunt Mary told me a lot about belief in myself and that nothing is handed out to you. So if you want it and you desire to have it, look for it, but also nothing worth having is not worth working for. Just because you work for something, you appreciate it more than it be.
Absolutely.
Because if you lost it,
You didn't
somebody
work for it
I can
anyway.
find somebody else to do it.
Right.
Compared
right.
to putting a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, put a lot of time. They say you want to master something, put in 10,000 hours.
That's deep.
And over 20 years, that's just what I've been doing. I've just been mastering my craft.
So, what made you feel like this is the album? Like, this is the album.
Because it's raw rap, honestly. Like,
Okay.
like I'm a songwriter, and I put out a variety of music. This album specifically, I wanted to put out. I wouldn't even say hardcore. It's just like beat wise, there's a flow of the album, and I mean, I guess you could say based off of the sound and stuff like that. I wanted to keep along those lines. It's like anybody seen the Bayness or the West Coastness, me and my music. You go back and listen to some of my albums, at least first two albums, EPs, etc. You know, kind of listen to EP I did with my cousin Joe Black. Like that's what this point. You feel me? Like,
So wait, where?
Hey, San
Okay.
Francisco.
All right. For y'all to know, Bay Area.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Sometimes, but just put it out there. So yeah, I think like right now in this like era, like we need that Bay music. Like it's a different feel, it's a different vibe.
People
Like
don't know. A lot of stuff is originated. You
for
feel me?
real,
Like I don't know if they get enough credit
at all.
for the sound that they have that they contribute to 50 years of hip hop.
Not only that, the creativity that it brings. Like not only do y'all bring a sound, y'all bring music, y'all bring a dance, like a vibe. Like
100%.
I'm from Fresno, but we a little Bay in LA. So you know, we get stupid, we go dumb.
They don't even know how. It's like, that's stupid. No, I thought we were supposed to get smart. Hey, what? I'm talking about here.
Right.
Nah.
But Mac Dre, like that was he had a whole movement. Do you see the winning ticket going to the whole becoming a movement?
Yeah, because like it goes back. If you don't bet on yourself, who gonna bet on you?
Right.
I mean, the thing is though, we live our life as a man. You know, one thing I learned is if you don't build your dream, somebody will hire you to build theirs.
That's right. Say that.
If you don't build your dream, somebody will hire you to build theirs. Meaning, if you bet on yourself, how you gonna convince somebody else to bet on you? If you're not willing to put up money on your own shit, how you gonna convince somebody? So I'm not selling myself to anybody anymore. I'm sold on. I'm sold.
That's right. That is amazing. You need to be sold out for yourself. Like you have to believe. I remember I used to do doorstep for the Fresno Beat when I was like 15, and I killed the game because I knew like I had a goal every day. I need to make this amount, and I need to be able to. I need my checks. Like I want a fat check at the end of the 2 weeks, right? So I believe, like I believe that every time I went out to work, I'm 10 sales today. Today I'm getting 10 sales, and whatever number I would like speak out, I match that. Like So you have to believe in you. And even for me as a coach, like if you don't believe in you and your craft and what you're capable of, and you don't utilize the keys, you ain't gonna ever win.
100%.
You gotta bet on you.
100%.
So you are the one of the people. You just gotta find out and realize that. And that's really knowing like the creative potential in you and how to unlock it. It starts with the man in the mirror or the woman in the mirror.
Right. And you definitely helped me rediscover, bring that back, and find that passion within myself that I am him.
Hey, hey.
His word is what I'm here.
Keys work when you use them, right?
100%.
That again, I'll take that.
Hey, keys work if you will. If you want to change, you got to do change. You gotta see. Hey, if you want to lead, you got to know first how to follow.
That part. And that's what a good leader is, someone that's willing to follow, right? Because we don't know it all, and we're all on a journey. Like it's a marathon, not a race. You got to be willing to take all of those things to get you where you want. But more than anything, nobody's gonna believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. So that's the major. What do you have? What's inside of you? What needs to be birthed? What has been dormant in you that you just been sleeping on?
Mm-hmm. Hey, if you go, honestly, J. Khaled, he had a whole album called Major Key. So,
Major Key,
so you can definitely listen to the song Nas album. You feel me? It's in there. Blueprint's there. You feel me? You just gotta do it. You gotta reinvent the wheel.
And I was good to say that because I think that a lot of people feel like you have to reinvent the wheel. Me just even assisting you in this process to the album release is like, I don't know anything about music, but I'm a coach, right? And I know that these same strategies in the industry, right? You want to do something, you need to have a brand, you need to have a product, right? Or you need a service, right? How do we market that? How do we build that up? How do we brand you and separate you from everybody else? I know that the keys that I share, the strategies, the blueprint, they work. I don't need to be in the music industry to create an album release party or to create anything. I just know that what I got works. Use this strategy. And that's the same thing as like using that same, I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I just know that this works. And if you use it, it'll work for you.
What she said.
So let's go into this. The album Insights. This what was the inspiration? We talked about that already. Are there any collaborations on this album?
Yeah, there's a few. There's a small few. Selected few. First song, actually, Andy video out. YouTube, go check that out. Guy Warfare J. Back out the East Coast in Baltimore. That song, that song is lit. Like, that song is lit. That was a movie that was a vibe last summer. Went to LA and he actually performed the BT Experience and wanted to perform that song. So he wanted to come out. So I just performed with him, and then we actually ended up shooting a video for that song. So like it's been in the work. That song. Big shout out to my guy Blaze. Big shout out to my guy Benny Owens and we the best music. Simply the best. Blaze Pinner, that is a song. I've been trying to work with my guy. And it's crazy because these songs like features like that song been out probably Valentine's Day year before last.
Okay.
Like I was releasing singles from the album leading up, so I mean you'll have a number of songs that's out. Then my mentor, as you mentioned, everybody, and he's still going up. Antoine, aka Dashway, AJ. He actually the one that taught me. Like I remember being 14 on his house. He locked me in his room and said, "Don't come out until you got a full 16." Like
16 bars.
Like 100%. Being able to also rap and deliver. So when it comes to my delivery, when it comes to my flow, when it comes to my style writing, and if you write poetry, you know about stanzas, you know all of that. So he simplified it for me. And one stanza is 5 lines. So for me, in rapping, it's bars.
Okay.
Yeah, so in rapping, it's bars.
Stanzas
is in poetry, and bars is in rap. So once he
did y'all catch that? I hope y'all caught that, keys. If y'all are artists and y'all don't know how to write no
kind of took that, ran with it, and I just followed my style, and like that's what you're gonna hear.
So what emotion or feeling do you want to evoke out of people in this album? Can I share my feelings in this album?
By all means,
What evokes in me, first of all, it's a song called It's My That's out now, right?
yeah,
That song, like, I swear every time I'm feeling like, I'm like, man, it's my turn. Like, it's my turn to win. It's my turn to shine. It's my time to like, it's my turn, whatever I want. So for real, I love that. Addie, I'm gonna pull up on you. I'm not gonna talk about that song, but that song is pretty dope. But I think It's My Turn really had me like in that mirror, like, girl, nobody can tell you nothing.
and that was the idea behind that. The craziest thing, and this is like before I seen the video. I was watching this video. Jackson, he was talking about um, how a song, even when you listen to a song that you don't like, you know the words because you
Right.
feel it.
Yeah.
It's a mantra. Once you get a person that can repeat the word, it's like a chant, you know. So for me, I remember I wrote that song my freshman year of college. I remember my first
Wow.
demo was called Your Majesty, Everything Come Natural, or What I Do Come Natural. But I wrote that song to a Timberland. I forgot the name of the song. I remember right. It's a chant. How can you get crowd? How can you get the crowd? Like, how can I write something that get everybody moving?
Right.
And I remember writing that. So then I remember walking to the studio and hearing that beat made. Big shout out to DJ. He mixed and mastered the whole. That guy right there, man. If you ever shout out, hit up DJ Boogaloo.
DJ Boogaloo.
He was making that beat, and that song immediately. I mean, from 2008.
Wow.
It came right back.
Wow.
Guy, first written song.
Hey, we about to get it right.
That's how my music is talking, like for real.
Right.
That right there, and like I said, saying if I could get everybody, like, it's not about me specifically.
Right.
Because when you say it, it's about you.
Right. Yeah, I've owned the song like it's about me. It's my turn. I'm about to get it rocking. I'm about to get it popping. It's my turn.
We turn it up. You
turn
know,
it up. That's
like, it definitely brings like big flavor for sure.
For sure.
The video dropping April 19th, also my birthday. So be on the lookout for that. Because the video goes stupid too. Actually,
oh yeah, and catch me because I am in the video.
Craziest thing about that is I didn't realize that night when you look in the video, you see that I'm on stage. Actually, I did a live performance. I shot the whole video at this open mic called the Shag Room.
Yeah.
And the Shag Room here in Vegas at the Virgin Hotel, they do a competition, a 12-week competition to win a residency at the Shag Room. And I've been performing for a year and a half, almost damn near like 2 years, and I never won. And I did not know that song that night that I shot the video that day won me 12 weeks.
I was just gonna ask you about that. Congratulations, you won that night.
That night, didn't even know it.
That night was a movie.
It was like for real, it was super dope. It was definitely dope. And from that, I ended up being a finalist the next week for opportunity residency here at the Shag Room every Thursday, and I finished 3rd out of 12.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
So for me, that showed me
who you are. Yeah. It's your turn. You couldn't take it. Yeah.
So, like that right there, the moment like it showed me my 3 C's.
Okay, tell us what the 3 B's and 3 C's are. Share with us.
Determination, discipline, consistency, and clarity.
I like that. Repeat that for the people in the back.
Dedication. Dedicated to something, you can do whatever it takes to see it through. But in order to see it through, you gotta be determined. Because if you ain't determined, internally, easily give up.
Right.
And with that, to keep you from giving up, you have to have discipline. Because if
That's
you're not
key.
disciplined, be determined to be dedicated to something, then what are we doing? But at the same time, you got to be committed. Because if you ain't committed to remaining disciplined, to be determined, to stay dedicated to something, then you're never going to see it through. But through that, you have to be consistent. Because consistency
Consistency
is
is
key,
key.
as she said. So there you go. So you have to have clarity on where you're going.
And that is key. And I say all the time, like a man without a plan can fail. You have to have a plan. You don't have it written out. It's not plain. You don't know where you're going. There's no direction. So none of those keys will work if you don't have clear plan. Like, what's my next step?
So which line went to? You had a whole vision board party, and I wasn't able to make it, but I still wanted to do my vision board. So
Right.
I had to get my ideas on my head. Like, you inspired me to go ahead and write this proposal to have this album release party. And then I ended up writing a 25-page business plan for the record label. Like, I mean, you apply the keys,
They work.
so
Listen, and it was not easy. But you know what? I think one of my gifts as a coach is to see who they are and remind them, and when it's the right time, you're gonna do what you're supposed to do, what you're called to do. So in the right time you did your vision board.
hey, big shout out to Carrie too. This is one of my mentors out here in Vegas. And one thing she always tells me is, Javon, you know what to do. Like,
He
that's
do
one thing.
that's what you do know what to do, but he doesn't do it. He does it on his time. How about
To say the least,
that?
but yeah, this is a pivotal moment. I'm definitely, I'm 35 and fine, and I'm gonna,
You ain't 35 yet.
Hey, I'm coming. What you talking about? Hey, I'm 34 and fine, still ain't ever better.
Right.
But this
This is the
album,
year.
this album is, the subtitle is The Year of Discovery.
Okay.
If you ain't heard of me, you will. Period.
Hey, listen to him. He's on all of TikTok's intros. He's the jingle. He's the sound. Big shout out to you, though. I appreciate you.
I appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. I appreciate those who support me now and not when you found. You feel me? So or discover, just because it shows the longevity of the support, and we're just looking for authenticity. Shout out to Pastor V, because we're just trying to keep it real, exposed, authentic, and legitimate.
Say that again. You got a lot of acronyms.
Hey, that's Pastor V right there. And I mean, it's keeping it real, being real, revealing, exposing, authentic, and legitimate. And I'm just trying to stay focused, follow one's course until successful.
Follow one's course until successful. That's amazing. So tell somebody that may be stuck in a moment or stuck in a season or just kind of lost their drive or motivation. Share with them what something or how something helped you get back on track.
One thing that she also said, you're far away from where you started. So keep going. You look back, you're a lot further away from where you started.
Yeah.
So why go back? Why stop? Why not keep going? Because you're a lot more closer to where you're trying to get to than
where you started.
Yeah.
That's deep. Do you apply that to yourself?
Little by little. I'll say one thing is big shout out to Bob for CVPR. He said, education or application towards the workforce is better you not know.
That's deep. I say it all the time, like, education is nothing unless it's applied. You know what I mean?
Wisdom is applied knowledge.
Right.
So if you ain't applying, you're wise, because you're not applying the things that you
know, that you should do.
100%.
That's the key. Like, it's applied. As a coach, it's like, okay, but now what? What are we gonna do? Like, we have all these problems, things are gonna happen. Life is gonna life. Like, there's no way in getting through life without obstacles and hiccups. But what are you gonna do? Like you said, keep going. Like, okay, this is today, but tomorrow, as long as you have breath in your lungs and you wake up every day, you got another opportunity to do what you're called to do. But I really think I did a post the other day that said, uh, when you don't know the purpose of a thing, you abuse it. And I think that a lot of people don't know the purpose of themselves. And this is why I'm so big on loving thyself, yourself. Get to know who you are so that you know your purpose. Because when you don't have a purpose, you're basically walking around aimless. You can't have a clear vision because you don't know what you're supposed to do. You following in someone else's blueprint. So it's like get to know yourself. What makes you happy? What makes you sad? What inspires you? What creativity inside of you have you put to the side or buried because you had some hiccups?
You can't aim at nothing if you got a target.
That's deep. You got all the gems today. You dropping major keys.
I just it's the big thing is about what you listen to. What are you inputting? What are you in your head? Like, I personally would say like you are a reflection of the things the people you hang around, or the things you listen to, things you watch, because those are the things.
Right.
And if you're easily influenced, then you don't have depth as far as like you can't. I guess how can I put it? You can't really stand on your own. 100%. Yeah. There you go. Identity.
Let's take that question. Do we have some audience questions?
Well, I was just saying, to piggyback off of what he was saying, you don't have your own identity.
Right.
And that's where
Yeah.
because you don't know who you are. So
Which goes back to what you were saying, right? So at the end of the day, if you it's something that I said just like in my song Born to Perform. Like literally, like that's the song that I use in the competition because that's it. I'm the only competition. The only competition I'm in is with the man in the mirror. Michael Jackson said it. Man in the mirror.
Man.
Tupac said it. I
Amber
can look
says
myself in
it.
the face. I can look myself in the eye, and I can be okay with I can be okay with the man in the mirror, who I see in the mirror. Like, and if you're not, then like you said, you're easily influenced. You're gonna. One thing I to do. Ask me like, what you trying to do? Honestly, like I used to go where the wind, wherever the wind took me, wherever the wind blew me. That's where I'm at. But that's moving without intention.
Right.
And if you ain't got no intentionality, then like you said, you're aimless.
You're aimless, yeah. And it goes back to identity though. When you don't know who you are, when you don't know a purpose of a thing, you abuse it. And the same metaphor is like you have to know you have purpose. You have to know that we're not made here to just live a robotic life. There's purpose inside of you. Your experiences, your um, influences, the things that you've endured, the things you have overcome. That all creates purpose. And I really believe, like for me going into my next, my birthday year, like what is the thing I really want? Who do I really want to become in this next season? And know that I get to like my reality says I can do whatever I want if I'm willing to create it. If I can dream it, if I can envision it, then I can have it. So, but who am I? It starts with me. And I just started back in group therapy, and last week one of the questions was like, "What is your reality?" And if you guys follow me for a while, I talk about this all the time. It's like, what is your reality? It's your physical thoughts, mind, body, and feelings, right? That's the only thing you have control over. I don't have control over the lights turning off. I don't have control over the camera cutting off. Like, I don't have none of that control, but I have control over how I respond to it, how I act. Like, I am in control of my reality. And they asked me that last week, and I couldn't answer that question. I'm like, all my life, I've been very intentional. Like the woman that you see today, I desire to be her. I created her. I walked with her. I wanted to exude a certain way. I wanted to be a certain way because where I came from, I didn't want to be that. So I created this woman. I'm living in my purpose. I get to coach people. I get to impact people. I get to help change their lives. I wrote a book. Like there's so many things that I intentionally have done in my reality. And in this season, when they asked, "What's your reality?" I was like, I don't know. That was a hard question for me. But this week, when you have a question?
So
Hmm.
for somebody that doesn't have an identity or doesn't know how to set intention, what is your advice on how to get to that?
I say for me, the first thing is, and what I did for last week to this week, I had to sit still for a moment, right? Because I know that trauma, your view, right? Um, Disappointment can just disrupt your view, right? And then I had to go back to my basics, right? What are my core beliefs? Like, who am I, right? Who is Amber, right? Besides the title, not a mother, not a coach, not a friend, not a daughter. Like, who is Amber? So I would say the first thing is getting still and really like sitting with yourself and asking yourself, who are you? That is hard, but
When
it's
you're
hard being stuck.
my life that I was like alone in an apartment just by myself. And that's kind of the journey that I'm on to discovery of myself, Jay Natural, especially, since I've been divorced and stuff. So me, that's been this season is like you said, who am I? Like, what am I doing? Where am I going? What do I see? Where do I see myself in the next 5 years? As an artist, as a businessman, and wanting to step more into what I feel I'm called, as well as who I'm called. Because at the end of the day, I I can honestly say I've been so wrapped up with who I created, Jay Natural, that I lost sight of who Javon was.
Mm,
And I was created by the great Lord, by, you feel me, by my higher up, and when I created somebody, I started focusing on who I created, lost sight on who he created.
wow, that's deep.
So by all means,
So how do you balance that?
I think he's saying he's on that discovery.
I'm I'm in the process of figuring that out as well. Definitely looking to get back into therapy in a sense to help just channel and like you said, sit still, focus, get into journaling, and then like for me, I went to New York for the first time. I went by myself. So sometimes I ask myself, like, when the last time you did something for the first time? That was the
That's a
first
good
time
question.
I did something. That was the first time in a long time that I did something for the first time, and I did it by myself. Like, traveling on this train, riding the subway by myself, place I had never been before. Like that's to me that's scary, honestly,
Right.
because I only can go off of the direction I was given. Um,
Mhm.
then again, I'm now in a place that's unfamiliar.
Right.
I am now vulnerable.
Oh, that's deep.
Anything can happen, and I don't have nobody with me to tell the story. So
Mm.
I like to travel with at least one extra person. So going to New York this past weekend, like that was something different. That was a fear that I had that overcame. The wedding that I went to, my guy, he traveled all the time. He do that. He done that up until him now getting married.
Okay.
He left Pennsylvania from home, moved to Vegas, went from Vegas to LA to be an actor, went from LA back to Vegas to Orlando, New York, like
Travel.
relocated. All
Yeah.
this, all this, and found his queen, got married, etc. You feel me? But through that was experience. And now I'm like, okay, I'm now desiring to want to do stuff more
By
on
yourself.
my own.
Yeah. It's interesting because for me, I've always been a person that's done things alone. Even though I have kids, like this is the first year that I'm not traveling for my birthday. And I usually travel by myself for my birthday because I get to escape everything
On
because
sabbatical, like for real, yeah.
but not only that, like it's my time to be by myself. And I think that the journey that I have had, I've always had to be. I mean, I was just reflecting. My son turned 19 last weekend, and I'm like, damn, at 19, I had a child, right? And now me at 19, looking at my son, he's 19. I'm like, wow, I've been a mother since I was 19. So I've always been somebody for somebody else. And so for
Mm.
me, when I even when I was married, like my husband knew, like I'm going out of town by myself. Like I need to go somewhere, so I will go by myself, get a room, like, and do whatever I wanted to do. Like, I remember one time going to LA and I'm like, I'm gonna go to the beach. I'm gonna go here, and I did all this. Then I met some people, and then I did something else. But I just had the freedom to do what I want, and I've always traveled alone. But this year it's a little bit different. I'm not going anywhere, and I really don't desire to go anywhere. And so just season for myself, I've been used to being alone, and I'm like, how do I incorporate people into this? Even my friend was like, we should go here, and I'm like, I don't really want to travel with anybody because I like to move on my own time. Like, I don't want nobody to tell me what time. I don't want nobody to tell me we got to be here at a certain time. People be having attitudes, like, and I honestly, I have met some incredible people traveling alone. Like, I met some dope people. So now when I go to back to that, stuff, like, hey, what's up? I'm coming to your town, because I've traveled alone. But in this season, I'm not in that space right now. So it's interesting. But I've always been, since I was 16, when I got my car, I would just, I'll get my little Friday for school, and I'm hopping on the freeway, and I'm home. Like, so yeah, I guess everyone has their own journey. But for me, I've always been a person who I need to go discover me. Like, who is Amber?
But that's ongoing though.
It is.
That's a lifelong journey because every season you're changing.
And I'm in a different season. Like, this season for my life is so different because I've never considered other people. Even as a mother, like, my kids, you gonna do what I say, right? Like, this is the routine. This is Amber's show. This is her world. But
Amber show. Be on the
it
lookout
should
for
be.
that.
We gotta look out
Amber
for the
show.
Amber show. But in this season, it's just different because I'm considering different things, and I've never done that before. So I'm on a different journey of like, how do I incorporate people? And it probably comes from trauma, right? Disappointment, letdowns. People, listen, y'all know people be like, I'm gonna go on a trip with you last minute and they don't come. Like, so,
that whole trip will be lined out for you.
Right.
And you will take any excuse not to go.
Not to go. And then for me,
that shit crazy.
And I'm the only girl, so I'm used to always kind of being alone. But so for me in this season of my life is how do I incorporate people in this intimate journey of expansion and like different things. Yesterday I have a prayer group, and I couldn't be on the prayer group because I was in therapy. But my whole team set everything up, and the show went on without Amber. And I'm like, man, God, I've been praying for this day. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a good season.
Delegate tasks and build a team of people.
Yes, trustworthy people though, right? Like people who I clearly showed them a vision, and I gave them the clear instructions of this is the blueprint. Follow this. They made it happen. They did it. Yeah. So I'm really like in a different season, excited, fearful.
It's my
turn. It's your turn.
Hey, it's your turn.
It's your turn. So yeah, so before we get ready to wrap up the show, I got one question for you. What is one of the favorite lyrics you've ever written?
Ooh. Ooh. That's a hard question, but
the first thing that comes to your mind.
The first thing that comes to mind
of one of the favorite lyrics.
I'm just gonna have to give it to you.
Okay, let's go.
Been let down so many times, I don't know how to trust. In the rush to find love, I'm only the lust. On the rise like a rocket, I'm the trending topic. It came a long way, so giving up is not an option. Put in so much work, it's time that I see a profit. Clocking and never stopping, it's obvious that y'all watching. Pay attention to detail, excelling in retail. It's time that I prevail. Pockets from resale. A tale of the ending, nothing pretty. Bad boy, no diddy. To the nitty gritty. My focus is so relentless. The mission of intermission defines my intuition of intervention. My fate to relate comes from being great with faith to recreate the hate that we embrace. I hate taking pictures because pictures will get you framed. Joke now, but that fame is a crazy ass game. You know what I mean?
Hey, major bars. All right. That's deep.
We lit.
Hey, what's up?
That's probably one of the ones. Like,
that's the one. That's the one.
Hey, Back
Hey,
to
pictures
basics.
will get you framed.
Be,
Especially down this.
hey, be careful who you taking pictures with. For real, because they watching.
Wow,
Clocking and never stopping. It's obvious that they watch.
that's deep.
They ain't ready. They ain't ready. Okay, I see you.
Hey. So, does anyone have any questions for Jay Nantrue?
By all means, shoot away.
What about the release party? Did you put out
Oh.
cake and
Bam. Good.
I was gonna go to that
Hey,
next.
our release party the winning ticket. In fact, wasn't this flyer created by Coach Amber J? Yes,
Coach Amber J, you know you mean.
Hey,
Yes.
So we'll be at Splash Hookah Lounge, 5900 West Flamingo Avenue. It's gonna be there 7 to 10. Rolls over to my birthday, 12 o'clock. We got some good things there, hosted by your man Fat Man. So if you ain't know, you know, stay tuned. Quality music in the room. We got some good dope performers also tuning in. We got my girl YB. We got my guy Dream. We got my guy Dennis Luciano. We got Doe. And we got Dashways 100. So I mean, it's just gonna be a lit. It's gonna be a turn up party. You feel me? It's Aries season, man. You know what it is.
You know,
vibes.
Tourist season will be coming right after that.
You know
but
the
we're
vibe.
gonna have a show right
You know
now.
the vibe.
Happy birthday to you.
Appreciate
Thank you for coming. How do people follow you? How do they get your music? How do they support you?
You can follow me on Instagram, JAY_natural415, Facebook, Javon Coleman, SoundCloud, J Natural, YouTube channel, J Natural as well. Also follow Quality Music Entertainment. But music wise, J Natural, JAY Natural. I mean, it don't get no better than that. I let the music speak for itself. I love to get feedback from y'all because I'm like, it's been 20 plus years in doing it. I take pride in my music and what I put out because the only thing I put out is quality. It's all about the quality over quantity.
Hey, so y'all stay tuned, tune in with him, and y'all make sure to come out, support him. Listen, everybody talks about support. This is a free show next Friday. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be a movie.
It's gonna be a turn up. You know what time it is, man. 2025 about to get live, J Natural.
But happy birthday to you once again. Thank you for coming on the show. And meet me next month for the first Thursday of the month. Stay tuned. Make sure you share, like, and invite other people. And if you want to be a guest, reach out to me. If you are ready and you're like, look, Coach, I'm stuck. I need some discovery. Maybe I need to recreate my brand. Maybe I need some support. Wardrobe, whatever you need. I'm your go-to CEO life coach. Reach out to me, book a free 30-minute consultation because I don't work with everybody. So we got to see for a good fit. But until next time, you guys, make sure you stay tuned. Use the keys because they work. Lock those doors will no longer serve you. And walk into purpose. It's your season. It's your turn.
It's King Talk.
Hey!
Oh.